Wow, incredible. Just look at this. Honestly, this video is going to help you a lot because if you're here right now, there's a very good chance you've already tried many different ways to propagate plants. You take the cutting, you plant it, you wait, and nothing happens. And when it does work once in a while, it's usually with easy plants. What you're seeing here doesn't fall into that category. These cuttings are pear, lemon, and magnolia, plants that are not easy to root at all. And yet, here they are fully rooted. Not because they're special, but because the right system was used. So if you've made it this far, looking for a real natural method that works for both easy plants and difficult ones, you're in the right place. Now let's start with the materials. And I'll tell you right away, we don't need many things. First, we're going to need a plastic bucket. The size doesn't really matter, it depends on how many cuttings you want to propagate. We're also going to need sand. It can be silica sand, beach sand, or even construction sand, whatever you have available. What really matters is that the sand is very well washed and properly sanitized. We'll also need some cotton, ground cinnamon, 1 aloe vera leaf, hydrogen peroxide, a spray bottle, and a thin, clean, translucent cloth. And later on, we'll also use 2 teaspoons of willow leaves to prepare the irrigation water. If you don't know where to find willow leaves, don't worry. I'll leave information in the description below, although you can usually find them at any herbal store. Now let's move on to the sand. In my case, I'm using about 11 pounds of sand, but you can adjust that depending on the size of your container. Washing it is very simple. You put the sand in a bucket, add water, mix it well, and change the water several times until it runs completely clear. Once it's clean, we're going to sanitize it. We add water again, add 1 teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide, mix well, and let it sit for a couple of hours. After that time, we drain the water and spread the sand on a clean surface, for example on a new plastic sheet, and leave it in the sun so it finishes drying and sanitizing properly. Now let's move on to the bucket. We're going to make a hole about 1 to 1¼ inches from the bottom. It doesn't have to be exact. That hole will be our water level. We place a small piece of cotton over the hole so water can drain out, but the sand stays inside. Once that's done, we add all the sand. The idea is to have about 1¼ inches of water at the bottom and about 1½ to 2 inches of sand above it. Thanks to this setup, the water rises by capillary action, keeping the moisture level ideal at all times. Now we move on to the cuttings. We take cuttings from pear, lemon, and magnolia. We clean them well, remove unnecessary leaves, and get them ready. Then we take an aloe vera leaf and using the gel, we coat all the cut surfaces. Aloe hydrates the cut, provides natural growth hormones, and protects it during the first few days. After that, we apply ground cinnamon to all the cuts. Cinnamon is a very powerful natural antifungal, and it helps prevent rot and fungal problems. Now we place the cuttings into the sand at a depth of about 1 to 1¼ inches. There's no need to measure precisely, they just need to be firm and stable. And this is a key moment, because this is where many systems start to fail. Now we're going to prepare the natural fungicide. In 1 quart of water, we add a small pinch of cinnamon, mix it well, and strain the mixture using a coffee filter or a fine cloth. We spray the cuttings and the surrounding area thoroughly. This step may not seem like much, but it prepares everything that comes next. Now we're going to prepare the irrigation water, and in this case, the process is a bit different. I'm using an electric kettle here, but you can do this perfectly with a pot on the stove. The method doesn't matter. We bring 1 quart of water to a boil. Once it's boiling, we pour it into a glass container and add 2 teaspoons of willow leaves. Now we wait. We let the water cool down until it's lukewarm or completely cool. It should not be hot to the touch. Once it's cool, we pour everything through a strainer into another container to remove the leaves. And now, once the liquid is strained, we add 1 teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide, 3% concentration, the same one you keep in your medicine cabinet. We mix it well, and now the water is ready. We water the entire bucket until we see water starting to come out of the drainage hole we made earlier. As soon as the water drains out, we stop. There's no need to add more. Now we cover the bucket with a thin, clean, translucent cloth. We lightly mist the cloth and create a stable microclimate. We place the bucket in an area with no direct sunlight and no wind, because wind can move the cuttings and that's something we want to avoid. An ideal temperature range is between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have those temperatures, you can place it inside a room or a garage. This next point is important because this is when it's easiest to ruin everything without realizing it. Maintenance is very simple. Every 3 or 4 days, we remove the cloth, spray with the natural fungicide, and cover it again. That's it. This type of propagation is usually done during a waning moon, not because it's magic, but because it's been observed that sap tends to concentrate in the lower part of the stem, which helps rooting. It's not mandatory, but if you can do it this way, even better. And now we get to the part everyone is waiting for. After 6 to 8 weeks, depending on temperature, species, and conditions, this is the result. Fully rooted cuttings with healthy, well-developed roots. This is not something that only works once, and it's not limited to just one type of plant. This method and this format are designed for plants, trees, and fruit trees that are difficult to propagate, that usually refuse to root. And if you're wondering whether this works for other species, the answer is yes. This system can help propagate plants that usually fail with other methods. Once the cuttings are rooted, the next step is simple but important. We move them into a small pot so the plant can gradually adapt to soil. Keep in mind it has been growing in sand and water, so this transition needs to be gentle. You can use a standard potting mix, nothing special is required. We place the cutting, fill the pot, and give it only a light watering, just enough to settle the soil and help the roots make contact. No soaking. From there, we let the plant adapt and start growing. Once the root system is well developed and the plant is strong, we can move it to a larger pot or directly into the ground. And if this method helped you, if it clarified why other attempts didn't work, and now you understand how to propagate difficult plants and trees, let me know. A like helps a lot more than you might think to get this kind of content to people who need it. If you have questions or if you want me to try this method with another plant or fruit tree, leave a comment below and we'll take a look. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because here we keep sharing real, natural, proven methods so you can stop losing plants and start getting results. See you in the next video.